Welcome back to another episode of So Glad We're Friends. I'm Maggie.
I'm Devon.
I'm Brittany. Okay, so on stories, I don't know whatever fucking update I got, but like the pause is accentuated.
Oh
Like
yeah,
it's
that's
so
so
bad.
annoying.
And
Like
it doesn't let you like stop it right away now. Like there's like a delay. Like it looks like I'm dropping my phone and it
Oh
like
my
stops the
God.
video. And I was like, what the fuck?
that is so dumb.
I know. I'm so frustrated, but I'm so embarrassed because I'm like thinking about you guys in my fucking millennial pause. I'm like, oh no.
Apparently the millennial pause is when you're doing like a lip syncing video and you're behind because you didn't start right when the lip syncing started. That's what I've been seeing people. Like anytime somebody's lips are a little bit behind on a lip sync, they're like, "Oh, the millennial pause."
I saw someone say that it probably started because of Snapchat, because like when Snapchat first got video, like it had to load before you could before it would actually start recording. So you'd have to wait to talk. Or
That's how Instagram is
camcorders or like
too.
anything. Yeah, but like
Yeah.
TikTok like starts
Is right away.
right when you post the button.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even record my lip syncs in the app anymore. I just like fuck it. Like we just have like an ongoing thing and then we like play the sound on the side. And then whenever I can pick it up finally, we just send like the final recording to my editor. And then
That's
what I've
funny.
he
always
like
done.
matches up the sound
Oh,
because
really?
it's so freaking hard for me to lip sync, but like so many of the trends are lip syncing. So I have to do some of them, but every time it's like it takes me like at least 5 to 10 minutes to like remember it and like get the right pause.
You have to readjust the audio if you like download it to post to Instagram or something anyways. So that's better to not even film in the TikTok app.
Yeah. And I think it like decreases the quality too. Because anytime you like download it from it, it's harder.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, whenever I download one of my TikToks, it like improves the quality almost. It seems like it looks better off of TikTok once I downloaded it than it did originally on TikTok.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
I recently noticed that the sound quality when you record in the TikTok app is worse than on your camera phone as well.
That's interesting. But also it makes sense a little bit because I feel like the phones have been improved so much in like sound quality and video quality that the apps have to somehow keep up with that too.
Yeah.
Maggie, your hair looks so cute today.
Thank you. I just did it. We're going
Is it part
tonight
of your
to
corporate?
No, I'm done with that.
You
over
quit
the corporate job. Yeah, I quit my corporate job. I'm back to doing my own thing. That was my lesson. That
Are you gonna do like a recap of it?
Yeah, I posted it yesterday, I think. I'm pretty sure yesterday or today.
I watched it yesterday, I think.
I missed that one then.
Yeah, my takeaway was that I just like I feel such a need to have my life be like as much like a normal job to appear that way to like outside people. Like I feel like they won't take me seriously or something.
Yeah,
it's
some
all
of the
about
things you
other
were
people's
saying,
opinions.
some of the things you were saying like were giving me anxiety because I related
Sorry.
so much. Like, oh my God, you're so like, I don't remember what it was exactly, but just like not feeling like you're working. Even when you're shooting a video, you're literally working, but it doesn't feel like you're working enough.
Exactly. And like
just because you're not strapped to a computer.
Yeah, or like you hear like people would say like, "Oh, you're just making a fun little video." Like that's not actually hard work, but like it is work. Because if I was a social media manager for like a company or a brand and I was doing all the same things, like that would probably
somehow be legitimized.
To me. Yeah.
I hate that. It's funny to me, not funny to me, but like it's interesting to me that you never went into like a corporate job out of school. And so you kind of had the opportunity to like set things up your own way. But because of all the societal pressures and everything, you still feel that external pressure of like you're doing something wrong because you're not working all the time.
Yeah. And I think probably a lot of it does have to do with Cameron going to work because like I don't know if he wasn't going to work at 7 a.m. every morning and then like having that same schedule if I would feel the same way, because then it would just be me living my life however I wanted to and working later and working on weekends, and like I'm just realizing that that's way better for me to like do whatever schedule I want rather than trying to conform to like his schedule almost. And I've always done that. Like even when we first started dating in college, like I mean even before him, like with any boy, I try to conform my life to like fit their schedule, which is just like literally makes no sense.
Yeah. It's just like unnecessary like pressure that you don't need for yourself.
Yeah.
What's weird is like even when I was a graphic designer and I would just sit on the couch probably working maybe 2 hours of the whole 8 hours. Like I'd be doing other shit, like, but just because I don't know, it felt different. It felt like I was still working all day every day. Whereas now I'm working more, I'm being more productive, but just because it like doesn't fit into society's like idea of a job, it doesn't feel like I'm working.
Do you think it's because like you were completing certain like assignments or tasks that you needed to do and like your boss was reassuring you that you were doing a good job and that you're a good employee?
Is that why?
Yeah, like what made
I don't think so, because my boss didn't ever really reassure me. I always felt like I was going to get fired.
So you still felt like you weren't doing enough?
Yeah, I did, but I still didn't feel like I needed to work more, but I don't know. It's weird. It's just like this weird mental mindset.
Yeah. I also feel it's interesting because there's some companies and there's more like research out there that's just talking about like working less makes everyone more productive. Like I think there's a handful of people that, you know, talking about the 4-day work or the 4-day work week, like not working on Fridays, and it's like everyone gets so much more done than if they work 5 days. And I think that's the same thing for like going into an office. Like you don't necessarily need 8 hours to do your job. But for some reason, like because you're getting paid 8 hours a day, like you have to be fulfilling that time frame. But it's like there's a lot of people that are just really freaking efficient. They can do all of the work in 2 hours. So let them work 2 hours or 4 hours, whatever it may be. But
it's like school too. Like our people that homeschool their kids like can get the same amount of work done in a couple hours rather than the kid being there the whole 8-hour school day. I also think this is such like an American problem. Like I was watching this girl in Copenhagen. I love like Copenhagen is like the most chill lifestyle. All the kids, they call it like forest school that they go to, and they like go play in the woods and like learn like real life things. Like it's so cute. But like in America, I know, right? When you meet someone for the first time, you're like, "Hi, how are you? What do you do?" Like literally work is like one of the first things that you talk about with someone, or like your way of explaining who you are or what you like, when instead like other countries you're like, "Hi, I'm Maggie. I love to go hiking and I love my dogs and I love like you don't do that with strangers here."
No. That's so crazy. And vacation and rest is just so much more part of everyone's culture in Europe too.
Yeah.
Like I think out of school, my cousins in England got like 25 days of vacation or like some ridiculous number. And it's the norm to freaking take it. Like 2-week vacations are just like normal. It's not like oh, are you gonna be able to get your work done? Like no, that everyone's just like okay. And of course like in Spain they have like siesta, and I think even in Italy they have like some sort of time frame where
like at lunch
people just don't work,
and they go to work way later than us too, or at least in Emily in Paris they do.
That's so funny.
I also feel like Emily in Paris does our jobs a very big disservice.
Oh, I know. It's so annoying.
Fully like downplays, because it's like she's like, oh, just did my post, and then like
25,000 people follow. Here's a stupid picture of a baguette. 25,000 followers.
Wait, really? I thought she was like a fashion designer in the show. I didn't know she was like an influencer.
Have you not watched Emily in Paris?
No.
Oh, she is a social media marketer.
Oh.
And she also is an influencer, apparently.
She has like her own account that she like started when she went to Paris.
Yeah, called Emily in Paris, I think.
Oh, that makes sense. That would line up.
Checks out.
Do you feel that way, Britt? Like, especially since you've been like skiing and stuff during weekdays and stuff, do you feel that feeling while you're out having fun, or is it something that bothers you less?
Yes, it bothers me a lot. And it's something that we're continuously trying to figure out like the best way to navigate it. And in Steamboat, I actually felt the best about it because we were so tired as well. So like we would go in at lunch and I would work like 2 hours or so, and I would like knock out so much more than like if I was home. So I'm like, okay, I just need to figure that out. But the only problem I've been finding is like with some of the hills, my laptop is like farther away in the car. And so in Steamboat, I had to do a lot of work on my phone, which is annoying and always like takes a lot longer. But the other thing that it's the funniest thing, I don't understand why I have this like mindset block right now. I've like hired people to help me do the work. And for some fucking reason, I'm having such a hard time like asking for help. Like, hey, can you do this? Or can you like write this up? Or can you do that? And so I'm trying to figure out like how to be better about that before
do
like,
they have
because
like
I get like overwhelmed.
Like, do they have set tasks where you like don't need to tell them as much? Like, because they like what's an example of like a task that you would give them that you're more scared to?
I think like with the agency, sometimes it's just like setting follow-ups. Like I don't necessarily need to
So
send a
you
follow-up.
feel like you need to tell them
So
like, can you send this follow? Yeah, that would be
but like it's not even, sometimes we use ClickUp, so a lot of it's like set in stone, but then there's like additional things that I might have forgotten, like, oh hey, we actually need to like follow up with this or that. And so it's something I'm like, I could be doing that, but I also like have somebody that can help me. Or like another thing is like we're like currently writing sales pages and like email copy for a couple of my programs, and I don't have to be doing that. So it's like being able to just like, hey, can you write this, and then I'll review it, and then we can send it off to, there's like a copy coach in my mastermind that I'm in, so we can like have her review it and make any tweaks to it. So it's like I don't have to be doing all these things, but for some reason like it's been hard for me to like pull back and be like, okay. And it's not a control thing, it's like a guilt thing, like guilty for asking for help. So
yeah, that's how I would be too. I was telling Cameron, like literally you just doing the Facebook page like gave me my first dose of like what it would feel like to have an employee. Like I was like, wait, this whole task is just done. Like I didn't have to do anything. And it was just so cool. Like, and I was like, that would feel good to be able to pass things like that on to other people for sure.
Yeah. I think that's something like, I don't even like, I know like you kind of went through the interview process, but even finding like one task a day that you can have somebody else do, or a couple tasks a week, like you don't have to start with like, here's like 10 things I need done every single week. Like you could start with 2 or 3 and just get that like buildup of trust and like the ball rolling, and then bring them on for like more things after.
Yeah, for sure. I just need to figure out like my house savings and then versus hiring somebody.
Yeah, that's a big commitment to promise to pay someone part of your salary.
About especially when right now I don't have like any big things in the pipeline.
And then that's what I feel guilty about. Like I'll be like, if I hired someone, they could help me start a newsletter and plan out my week and do a bunch of other things. But then I'm like, well, half of my day I'm sitting on TikTok. Why couldn't I just do that by myself? Like I should just get that shit done and do it, and not pay someone $4,000 a month. Just like that's what goes.
But the thing is though, like there's 2 things with it, that like there's stuff that's so energy draining for you that it doesn't make sense for you to like spend that much time. And it's not even really time, it's just like spending your energy on something. Like
I feel like it's my lack of discipline.
Same.
It could be, but it's also, I don't think you should fault yourself for some of the things. Like if you're like having trouble getting something done, like the content for me, for example, like I couldn't get it together. Like I really had the hardest time getting back in the swing of things.
Yeah.
And simply handing that off to somebody, like I have so much time to be filming and editing and writing captions, but I'm like, for some reason I couldn't get it together, and I was like, this is my freaking job. Why is this so hard? So instead of being like continuously beating myself up about it, I was like, I'm just gonna hire it out. And
yeah,
it just,
and
like,
now you're posting a bunch of shit every single day when like a month ago you weren't barely posting anything. Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. And it just feels so much better. And like now I have time to jump on stories more, or like engage with people and connect with the community, and like it just makes, I don't know. I definitely don't discount like spending energy on things that you don't really love to do. But the other thing though is realistically get how many hours you actually want to pay somebody, and you're paying someone $25 an hour. If they work like 15 minutes or 30 minutes a day, that's like less, it's like 400, what is it? I don't know the math. Anyways, it's not that much money. So
yeah,
like
that's what I was
look
thinking,
at like
just
the realistic
set aside, like whatever the amount that I would pay them, just like make sure I have the total set aside.
Yeah, like don't max out past this many hours.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, that's the other thing too. I say that too. I'm like, if you have to go over, like in the contracts I have, like I'm like, if you have to go over 4 hours, like please request, like, so that we can like have a conversation and I can be prepared for it.
Yeah.
But if they go over 1 hour and you're paying $25 extra, like that's just not ordering food out, or like not ordering a cocktail or something.
Yeah. Also, Devon, I feel like when it's like such a big task, like making an email list, and then the thought of sending weekly emails, like that sounds very daunting. For me, that's like what stops me from doing the things. Like, it's like the discipline to start those like things that seem so big and will take up so much time. But like in reality, you could probably just start the email list, post it on your story, and like not be having these like weekly great emails sent out yet.
Yeah.
But like just make baby steps towards it.
You're right.
But it's hard.
Yeah. It is hard. Do you guys have any life updates?
Tonight we're going to meet with the realtor. We're having dinner with him. Some guy.
Interesting.
That's exciting.
Yeah, so Cameron got, because he's gonna be the only one like on our loan since I can't like prove my income and whatnot. So he got approved for the loan, and now we just have to like be saving and be on the lookout and stuff. So we're just going to talk to him about like the things that we want to look for in a house, and like maybe different areas of town and stuff. And then we want a house that would be good to rent out if we ever did get a second house in Arizona or whatever. We'd want it to be a good rental.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
That's so exciting
to also know what your limit is and stuff. Like now you know realistically what you can be looking for and stuff. That's exciting.
I want to just hopefully have our monthly payment be like the same as our rent or less, because even though we could afford a little bit more, like it would just be a lot to be paying that much.
Yeah
I completely agree. That's where, have you like talked to your lender just about like all the different types of models and things, like different options that they have right now for you guys too?
Yeah, so our lender is our best friend that introduced us.
Right.
So we just talk to him like casually all the time about everything. But it worked out really well because he got his license in Washington, and then like there happens to be one of his offices like 5 minutes down the road from us. Like they just have a second location here. And he like knew that realtor guy here also, so we're able to like communicate it.
That's really nice.
Yeah, so that'll be good.
That's exciting. So exciting.
Yeah, so hopefully like May or June, as long as we have
holy shit.
Yeah, like our lease ends in June, so like May would be like ideal
prime time. Yeah,
but we need like $20,000 more, so
gotta get a couple more brand deals.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm gonna ask for some advance pay on these deals. Honestly,
you could do a different program or up your membership pricing.
I definitely am going to. That's why I wanted to like redo my website and stuff. And that's like definitely the same thing. It was like such a big task to me that I didn't want to do it. But I was telling Brittany, like, I just did all the like colors and things first. And like, I'm like, okay, whenever I have other time, then I'll go back and do all the copy and like do everything else that needs to be changed. Because otherwise, like, I wouldn't have done it for probably a few more months.
Yeah.
Until I had the time. But yeah, I'm very excited.
That is exciting. I actually have had like, what is it, 3 or 4 brands do 50% up front.
Really?
Without even like asking. So I'm very pleased with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna start asking for that for sure, and more like when I turn in the content rather than when I post it, because I don't like waiting for that part. Like it should
True,
be
that's a
once I
good.
give it to you.
Yeah, that is smart.
Yeah, I wonder how many would. I've never actually asked for that. Like once the content is approved and like ready to go, because sometimes it's like a quick turnaround time. It's like 24 hours. And other times you have to wait like
other times it's a
week or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait,
Exactly.
why can't we post?
Did you guys see?
I'm actually going to ask that about one of the new contracts I just signed.
Do it.
That was like for my deal only.
Let's see. What, Devon?
Did you guys see Jenna Palek's TikTok about how she worked with a brand, and as soon as she posted the stories, a bunch of people were telling her how shitty the brand is? And so she deleted them all and emailed her or messaged her manager and said to void the contract. Like, don't have them pay me. I can't work with this brand.
What brand was it?
It was some protein, pre-workout company.
Oh.
I don't know who. Or
was that a recent
it happened
one?
a long time ago, I guess, or when she first started out. I think
so
at least that's how she made it sound.
Like
it
that.
happened
she said
a while ago.
It was supposed to be $4,000 that she was going to get paid, so probably a while ago.
For a story, though. But yeah.
Okay, but she probably charging.
Hella
I don't know how many Instagram followers she has actually, but I assume she's charging at least like $7,000
for a story.
I don't know.
There's
how many followers
with
does she have?
With her, she
like,
does have really good ROI
conversion metrics. Yeah. She could probably charge like 10,000. It's insane to me. There are a lot of like smaller.
She's 124,000 followers, so that's good. It's really good.
Yeah. Like for one of my creators, I charge the same for her stories that I do for like bigger creators because of like how many link clicks and other things she has and story views.
So Brittany, I finished A Perfect Marriage and I loved the ending, except I didn't fully. I don't see why everyone hates it, because I did get a lot of replies to my stories that were like, oh my god, tell me how you feel after the ending. Like the ending was so bad. Like it wasn't just you that felt that way.
Yeah.
How do you feel so far?
Me?
Yeah.
I just found out that the girl died.
Oh, okay.
So I very much new to it.
The very beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could not put the book down, but I think I'm going to change it to a 4-star rating, but it was not my favorite ending. And therefore, I don't give it 5, which is rare.
I gave it a 5, and then while I was giving it a 5, I realized that if I'm rating a book like that I read a few months ago, I give it a lower rating than like if I just read it and finished reading it. Then I'm like, oh, that was so good, 5. But probably like in a few months, if I looked back on it, I'd be like, oh, that was a 4.
That's why you should rate it right when you're done.
Yeah, because I will. Now that I have Goodreads, I will do that.
Yeah. I read Lotus, though. It's on Unlimited. I keep telling you guys about it.
It's unrelated to White Lotus.
Yes, it is.
That's what I thought you were talking about at first. I was like, there's a book?
I wish.
It's so good. It's like there's multiple twists throughout the story, but it's about this girl's best friend who disappeared when he was like 7, and he like comes back, and like it's kind of the whole story and the progression of like where he was during that time. And they're like, because they used to be best friends, they like are next door neighbors, and yeah, it was really good, and like lots of different twists and turns throughout.
I think we should start a book club for the podcast and like post it on the Facebook group.
I think so too. I realized that my problem with book clubs is that it's usually like a month per book or whatever. And like when I have a specific book I need to read for a book club or something, it's hard for me to be like, okay, I have to read chapter 1 through 3 today or whatever. Like I usually either finish a book in 2 days or a very long, like when it becomes like an assignment, then I don't want to read it.
I know. And I also feel like there might be some books that I literally won't read. I guess
we could just
it's fine.
Pick a book
know,
of the month, and then at the end of the month we'll just hold a discussion of it or something.
Yeah, I like that,
like
because then we
have
could
to
finish
be
it quick, or
yeah, you can finish it however you want.
Yeah, that's what I think is a good idea.
I like that too.
Okay, cool. And everybody join the Facebook group.
Yes. There is also a lot of the books have like questions at the end too.
Oh yeah, I see that in a lot of
like
books.
Discussion questions.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
not all of them, but there are quite a few that have had them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like all of Colleen Hoover's books have had them. Taylor Jenkins, I think, has had them too.
Do you guys want to talk about the casting for It Starts With Us?
Now that I'm hearing more against Blake Lively, I'm like,
what?
Yeah, you're right.
Wait, what are the things for against Blake Lively?
I just think they're too old.
She's too old, yeah.
How old is she supposed to be in the book again?
Like just graduated college. Yeah. And Blake Lively's like 36 or something.
Maybe they'll change.
But she still looks so young.
Yeah, but she doesn't look college.
I understand. It would have been cool. I feel like the movie now is just going to be like about people wanting to see Blake Lively as Lily. Whereas if they would have picked like an up and coming actress that nobody really knew, she would have really been like, it would have been a better movie, I think.
Exactly.
That's a very interesting point.
How do you feel though, like as Colleen Hoover, like to her, it's like probably dream. Like she just wants the biggest actress. Like
Did you guys see her Instagram like post about it?
Yeah.
And she was like tearing up and like sharing her story.
Yeah, like that's so sweet. But like
but wrong pick.
But I didn't realize like some anger. Of that book was like based on like, I mean, I'm sure so many of her books are based on.
Oh yeah, did you not read what the thing at the end is called?
No. The acknowledgements?
Maybe. But she talked about her mom and stuff and herself growing up.
Yeah, that's so cute.
Normally I'm like so over the book. Not like over the book, but I'm just like done. I'm like, okay. Like
you should go back and read it. I think it made me get teary-eyed. Like it was good.
Yeah.
I was teary-eyed with like just her video post about like her mom and like how far she's come.
I just want to know who Atlas is going to be.
I know.
Claudia and Jackie were saying that Atlas is
I know. They were wrong.
Okay.
They were highly messed up.
Okay.
Highly messed up.
They were not. No. Justin Baldoni. Is it Baldini or Baldoni?
Baldoni sounds right.
He's going to be Ryle, not Atlas. But I could see him as Atlas. But I see him more as Ryle. I do think he fits Ryle.
I could not for the life of me wrap my head around the pronunciation of his name the entire book. So I called him Riley. I called him like Riley in my head because I was like,
that's so funny.
But then like obviously the daughter being Riley, I was like, fuck, I can't really call him Riley.
Got it wrong the whole time.
I like knew it was wrong, but I was like, I can't. In my head, I could not be like Ryle.
That's funny. I've done that with several names. Like you just make up whatever pronunciation that you think it is. I remember like first reading Harry Potter with Hermione. I did that. I don't even remember.
What did you call it?
I have no idea, but I just remember I was like, I don't know how to say this.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, my dad actually he read it to me, but he got it right before the movie came out. He was saying the name right.
Yeah. He's on point. Did they say when it starts or it ends with us is coming out?
I don't think so.
And is it in theaters or is it a Netflix thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
I could imagine it would be like what was that recent Knives Out movie?
Oh yeah,
with Kate Hudson, where they did like a release in theaters and then like they were like in a month it's going to be released on Netflix.
I did not know that was in theaters.
I feel like it was in theaters for like a month or so. Oh. And then I was like, I'm just going to wait till it comes out on Netflix.
Speaking of movies, how was your movie alone, Devon? I've always wanted to do that.
Oh, yeah. It was actually so chill. Like, I have social anxiety and it was fine. The only problem was that the movie wouldn't start. And so I ended up sitting in that theater alone for like an hour before the movie would start. And I kept going back and forth between like, should I just leave now? Like, I'm wasting my whole night here. I was getting angry. Like, wow, I actually like came and did this and went to this movie by myself and it's not even gonna fucking play.
Your popcorn's already gone. Like...
Yeah, I finished my whole icy. I had to pee, but I couldn't like go to the bathroom because I brought a blanket and I'm not gonna leave my blanket in the theater. And yeah, so it finally played and I decided to stay and I'm glad that I did.
I have never even heard of the movie that you saw. What was it called?
Missing?
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
It's really good.
It's like a suspenseful.
Yeah, it's a mystery thriller. Her mom goes missing and the whole thing is done on like screens. So like it starts with her FaceTiming her mom. Like everything is on her computer screen basically. Oh. And so like you can see her FaceTiming, texting, FaceTiming her friends, and like if she always has photo booth open so you can always see her on her computer. You see her like searching. She had to hire like a TaskRabbit to help her look for her mom, and it was all just like done on her computer screen.
Ah, and that's so interesting.
It was, yeah. So like there wasn't any boring parts because the whole time she's like trying to figure out where her mom is, and yeah, it was really good. I liked it a lot.
That reminds me of the what is the book that you just told me to read? Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It's so good.
Oh, you started it?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
No, I haven't finished it yet.
I wasn't sure if you were going to like it because it's about a high school girl. And I know you like to read like older people.
Yeah. You know what? I was like, at first I was kind of like, how old are they?
Yeah.
But it's like the way it's written is very like, it pulls you in quickly.
Yeah. I loved it. I'm taking a break before I read the second one, but.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Why?
I think just because there are so many books that I want to read that I don't want to be stuck in a series for a whole month or whatever.
Yeah.
I want to read The Perfect Marriage now, so.
If you read The Golden Couple, either of you read The Golden Couple yet?
No, I'm a slow reader.
So good. It's still one of my favorites.
Did you like ace every reading test in school? Like, were you like those reading ones where you'd have to read as fast as possible and the teacher would like time you?
No, I used to not be a fast reader.
What happened?
I don't know. I think I like speed read like so many pitches and proposals and things now.
Do you skim?
Well, in the book, not really. I think I just like am able. I actually took a freaking speed because this is actually I'm backing up here. In middle school, or was it high school? I think it was middle school or high school. Those stupid standardized tests gave me so much anxiety because I was like a slower reader.
Yeah.
So I took a speed reading like class with like an instructor. So I like picked up on some things from her, but like, and I think it helped especially with like the ACT. But I think I've like subconsciously like taken some of those things and it's like helped me.
Did you not have AIMS? Did you have the ACT instead of AIMS?
AIMS was like a standardized Arizona test. It wasn't. ACT is for getting into college. Like it's SAT or ACT. And AIMS was
you
like
guys take the
Arizona Instrument something.
We had a different one for Michigan. Like we had the same like thing like through elementary and middle school. I forgot what ours is called.
Memes.
My biggest flex is I got 100% on the writing portion of AIMS in 4th grade.
That's awesome.
That is a big flex. Too bad like only Arizona people know what AIMS is.
I know.
I forgot about those actually.
It really does nothing.
AIMS test days, those were always so fun because you would just like eat
everyone would have a snack.
And, you wouldn't have to do regular classes. Yeah,
I loved it. No, I never took the SAT though because I switched to online school before that happened, and then I just like got out of it somehow.
I so lucky. Didn't need to. If you go to community college first, you don't need to take the SAT.
I also went to community college.
Seriously?
First.
Yeah. So I wasted my time, but oh well.
Even going to like I feel like Michigan, I still had to submit my ACT.
I had to take other tests to get into my community college.
Yeah, I had to take like each subject test.
Yeah.
Like I took like a Spanish one,
placement
and, like,
test
or
something
to get placed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the lowest freaking math possible. It was so annoying.
Yeah, I'm really happy. I think that a lot of schools are like not requiring the ACT anymore, or they were thinking about not requiring it, which I think is so smart because it's so stressful to like perform really well on those. Like you're either a
That's so
really good
stressful.
student or like not, I guess this is not everybody, but there are a lot of people that are like great students but bad test takers.
Me.
And then there's a lot of like quote unquote bad students, but they're probably not even bad students. They just like don't give a fuck about
lazy
the
students.
subjects. Which I think is fine. But then they like ace the tests.
Yeah, it's really not fair.
Honestly, I feel like I'm like thinking about this one kid in particular. He didn't really care about like what the teachers were like talking about in school, but he would always get like 100% on every single math test. And I'm like, those are the kids that you should be paying more attention to in terms of like, hey, this kid like needs an alternative school. Like give him like half days.
Yeah,
And
really.
send him somewhere else. Like don't make him sit through all this stuff when he absorbs it, understands it, and can like put out like good test scores and stuff.
Were you guys doing all your own homework and stuff, or did you cheat ever?
No.
Sometimes, but not a lot.
Like for Spanish especially, we'd have homework every single day in high school, and like there's like a group of probably 5 of us, so then just one of us would do the homework, and then right before class we'd be like, before the bell would ring, we'd just be copying of each other's exact homework.
Yeah, I cheated as much as possible in Spanish.
I know, and I really shouldn't have, because I wish I knew Spanish better. Especially in college, I took a lot of online Spanish classes because
me too.
I moved and stuff. It was so stressful. Like you'd have a partner, and there was Zoom tests, and you'd have to talk, and it was so stressful.
Oh my god, I never knew what the hell I was saying. Yeah.
I think I only had to take like 1 or 2 language classes in school. In college.
What'd you take?
Spanish.
Oh.
Did you take it in high school? Because like we had to take a language to get into a university. Yeah.
I took Spanish all throughout high school and middle school and some in elementary school.
Same. I should know more.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I know nothing.
I can like understand
it up really quickly when I'm like there. And I fumble. I just like Spanglish a lot.
My thing is like I can understand people, or I could read anything, or like I know, or if somebody told me to like write down a response, I could do that. But if I'm actually in a conversation with somebody, it's like my mind goes blank and I forget everything I've ever learned.
That's so interesting. I could not write very well in Spanish. Like that was always really hard for me. Like I was great with like the verbal or like some of the writing stuff, but in day-to-day stuff, like when I'm just like in a different country that speaks Spanish, like it's pretty easy for me to like come up with the words, and after like a day or two it's like I can talk about like the main things I need to do.
That's really cool.
Oh my god, do you guys remember the 100 day of school celebrations?
Yeah,
that was like so
did you like do that in elementary school?
Yeah, I think so.
But like you bring 100 of something.
Yeah, we used to do like we had like line things too, where it was like 0 the hero, and then that was like the first person in line, and then there was like, because you used to have to do like you'd have to like line up before you like leave the classroom, so the first person in line was always like 0 the hero.
That's funny.
And then like each person got to like represent a different day of the school year.
Oh, cute. Did you guys do Read Across America Day?
No.
I don't know if we did.
No, those were my favorite in elementary school. Wait, you would just literally get to, it was like Dr. Seuss's birthday or something, and you would literally just read all day. Like your teacher would read books to you, and then you'd have time where you could bring your own books, and you could just like, we would make forts and lay on the ground and wear our pajamas and just read books all day.
Yes, I did have that.
That's
but
so
I don't remember
fun.
it being called that. But I remember it being like on Dr. Seuss's birthday or something.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and you'd have pillows all out on the floor. Oh, I loved that.
There was like one teacher that had like, what is it called? The bathtub without the like the foot bathtub. What is it
like
called?
Like a clawfoot bathtub?
Yes, like a clawfoot bathtub. And
in the classroom?
Yeah, and they like put pillows and stuff in it. So like, and it was always like a rotation of like who got to sit in like the bathtub.
Wait, that's
to read.
actually
oh my god, that's
cute.
It was so fun. It was like it was like the place to be.
That's
like
really
so
fun. Did you guys ever have a class pet?
I don't think I ever did.
We definitely had like chicks and butterflies.
Yeah, we did butterflies.
Chicks is cool.
We like had we like watched them hatch and everything.
Aww. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I never had a class pet, but when my brother first started teaching, he had a guinea pig as his classroom's class pet, and it was so cute. Like, it would just like sit on a towel in between each, like, it would rotate tables, and the kids would just stare at it, and it would just like snuggle and sit there.
That's cute.
So cute.
Okay, should we read confessions?
Yeah, so I found some juicy Reddit confessions, and some of them are like bad, and some of them are just funny.
Okay, scary.
Not scary, but like maybe disturbing.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like listener confessions would be more tame and funny, but I tried to find funny ones here, so we'll just see how it goes. Okay, first one. I just ghosted my fiance.
Okay, are you trying to trigger me?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Was that it? Is there more of a story behind it?
So they wrote, that's it. It's 4 a.m. and I have raging anxiety because I know he will blow up my phone in the morning. I am strong. I can do it this time. I want my life back. So I don't know what the story is behind this.
It sounds like he's abusive, maybe, or something. And that sounds like a good situation where she would need to ghost him. But how do you ghost your fiance? Like, I wouldn't, like, his family would show up at my door. Like,
yeah, that's rough. It's like, gotta get in the witness protection program or something.
Yeah, you can't ghost a fiance.
Yeah.
Yeah, and depending on, like, how overlapping their lives are, like, what if they have a lot of, like, similar friends and everything? Like, that's not really easy to, like, just ghost.
Yeah, who knows?
Interesting.
Crazy people. Okay. This one might be triggering too.
Great. Thanks, Devon.
I recently created a fake Instagram account just to trigger people. It's my favorite pastime. Finally created a Reddit account to continue my hobby. It's not just about triggering or trolling people, but I also love reading the comments to know other people's views and get a whole new perspective. It helps me understand others better.
I feel like there's a better way to understand others.
There like, definitely is.
This is those people that are in your comments that just keep asking the stupidest question, like continue and arguing back and forth in like one comment thread.
Yeah, that makes me feel better though that people that they're just being straight up and honest about that, because that is what those accounts are. Like, you're literally creating them just to comment mean things on people's accounts.
Yeah,
there's a guy.
Go ahead.
There's a guy on LinkedIn that I followed because he like shared something good one time. But on LinkedIn, you can like, it's kind of like the old Instagram feed where you could like see who comments and likes on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He purposely tries to like fuck with people and trigger people in every one of his comments.
What?
And
why are people like that?
Yeah. And it's because he like thinks that influencers should only be like hired as salespeople. And so of course, there's lots of people that share their opinions on like various practices in influencer marketing. And this asshole just decides to be so, and like he does it in such a way where it's like you could say your opinion or you could like ask more like questions in a way that's not like so combative. Like there's no need to be that way. And it's so infuriating. To like,
yeah, why does he hate influencers so much?
But he like loves his influencers that he like helps to like he's just pushing his own agenda because he's like, oh, I have all these high influencers. I'm like, great. That's a need inside a larger market. Like, don't push your agenda because you have this subset of people. Like,
no, also these people, like, I doubt they're going to bed at night, like, feeling happy good about their life or, like, proud about the comments that they left.
No, they can't be. Especially if they're intentionally trying to trigger people. Like,
unless that's the goal, and then they're like, job well done today.
And then they should be reported to, like, psychopath 10 whatever.
I have another confession like that, and I'll just go to it now, but it's gonna make you feel much better about the trolls in your comments. So this person said, during lockdown, my boyfriend once told me about a debate he had gotten into in a comment section on Instagram. It was hilarious, and I never thought of commenting anything controversial on a meme, but it fascinated me. I tried it too, commenting something controversial on a meme, and loved to watch random people get triggered online. It was funny.
I think you got to be a really certain personality type or something to like enjoy that. It's kind of like what we talked about of watching people argue or something.
Exactly. That's what I was just thinking. Like high conflict, loves drama, like gets adrenaline and like dopamine from drama.
Because like I'm one of the people that would be responding to a dumb comment like that in random people's comments, especially during the pandemic. Like if I saw something dumb, I'd be like, like God, I'm the one that gets triggered and replies.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even really like reading through all of the back and forth. Like sometimes I like to kind of understand some of it, but after I read like 1 or 2 of them, I'm like, okay.
I hate when people have these debates in my video comment section because I'm like, I keep getting the notifications and I'm like, you two are both so stupid. Who the hell cares?
I like it like when somebody leaves you a hate comment and then somebody's like sticking up for you
and
then
I like that.
argue and then you're not even doing anything. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is interesting. I guess it makes sense. No, I wonder like if that helps other people just know that there's like stupid like assholes that just get off on this. And I know that like obviously people talk about that all the time, but to hear like a real confession about it, like
exactly.
I picture them being like the Harry Styles character and Don't Worry Darling, just like
oh yeah,
gross basement sitting on their computer, greasy,
needing some adrenaline in their lives because it's so boring.
Yeah.
We're just liking to stir up drama. Okay. I always put extra chicken nuggets whenever someone orders them. When I was working in McDonald's, whenever somebody ordered chicken nuggets, I usually hooked them up with a couple extra. If they got a 20-piece, I usually add 5 extra nuggies.
Oh yeah.
I love that. That's so
one.
good.
That is so funny. I would love that. They should always put an extra.
They should do that for Chick-fil-A too. I'm gonna ask Joe to buy me Chick-fil-A.
I've been wanting Chick-fil-A. Actually, you know what? Me and my sister this weekend are gonna, or not weekend, maybe on Friday, are gonna try Burger King because I've not. When I was a little kid, Burger King chicken nuggets were my favorite, and we haven't had it since since we were so little. So
chicken nuggets or chicken fingers?
They're chicken fingers, yeah.
Or what are they called? Chicken fries?
They're like, yeah. I don't think they were called that when I was little, but now that's what.
Do they make chicken fries?
Yeah, they brought them back.
They're like, tenders, I guess, but they're like oval. I don't know.
That's why I like, what's it called? Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets over like Wendy's or McDonald's. Like I don't like their chicken nuggets because they're just like weird on the outside.
Chick-fil-A makes
but I
like
love Chick-fil-A
has the freshest chicken inside too. It's not like sketchy like mystery meat like McDonald's is.
Yeah, I love them all.
Yeah.
They're like you want them for different reasons.
Yeah.
What would your rank be?
Like Chick-fil-A is definitely like the highest quality chicken or Cane's. I love Cane's.
Oh my God, me too. Cane's sauce.
So freaking annoying.
I don't know if we like Cane's. I should look it up.
Oh my God, you should. But like favorite all time, like the one that I would eat the most, definitely McDonald's nuggets.
Yeah, me too.
I love Wendy's nuggets too. I just love all.
What other nuggets are there?
I want to do that next for like a taste test thing, like the soda gassing, but do it with either nuggets or fries.
That would be fun. I feel like it would be obvious.
That's what I feel like, but some people don't get it.
I wonder if you could. Well, I don't know if you could do this, but like if you cut it up enough, like so you didn't feel the outside, or I guess like Cameron could like also put it on a fork and like feed it to you.
Yeah. I thought soda would be easy, and I got like 1 out of 6, and I thought I would kill that.
So funny.
I feel like fries would be fun and hard because that's not as much of a texture thing. Where you
fries I think would be really good.
I think I could do it.
What one would you do? I feel like the easiest one to guess would be In-N-Out because it just tastes like cardboard.
Yeah, or fries suck.
Chick-fil-A. I mean, because there's not a waffle in there.
I feel like you'd have to like cut that one up again too.
Yeah.
Future video ideas.
Yeah. All right, next one's kind of bad.
Should I plug my ears?
No,
I'm scared.
it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
I'm scared.
Should I be losing sleep over this? I was driving and I had taken an edible after leaving the dispensary, and in hopes that it would hit me by the time I got home. It was very snowy here.
How long your drive?
And at a red light, we were sliding for 10 seconds and I couldn't stop in time. So I hit the back of someone's car. I was going probably 10 miles an hour and genuinely would guess that at most I'd left a tiny scratch, but the car I hit put their hazard lights on, turned to get off the main road to talk to me. I was behind them, and in a split-second decision, I just kept driving straight. And potentially police, if I had, they didn't want to deal with talking to the police after taking in an edible, so he committed a hit and run and feels awful.
That's crazy. I could see myself doing the same in that sort of situation.
Oh, that's really? I don't know what the fuck I would do.
I don't think I would, but like, especially if they just barely hit the back, like they didn't run someone over. There's a girl that I went to high school with. She legitimately hit someone and killed them and went away. Like, she just drove away. And then she ended up getting arrested because they like found her car or something. I don't know how they ended up finding her. She gets caught, and then her husband and her dad are both freaking cops, and the girl gets off with nothing.
Are you kidding me?
Swear. This was like a few years ago.
It's insane to me.
I was shook.
How fucked up our whole system is when it comes to like,
how do people get away with that?
Like, I wonder how the person's family feels. Like, it was someone on a bike. Like,
oh my God.
That's so scary. That's why I am like, Joe and I really like, most of the time we like bike on trails, so it's like fine. But if we're ever like out on the street, I like definitely want to get some like reflective wear.
Do you know Kristen Johns?
Mm-mm.
The YouTuber? She's, oh my God, she's one of my favorite YouTubers. If you don't know who she is.
I just don't know YouTube.
She's friends with JC.
Oh my God, yeah, she's friends with JC. But her and her husband Marcus, they were riding bikes in their neighborhood and they got fucking hit so badly. Like, they needed like multiple surgeries. It was like very, very bad. But
that's so
just
sad.
So scary how like, I guess
people just don't pay attention when they drive anymore.
Yeah. And that person also drove away and has never been caught.
The thing is, though, like, if it, say for instance, it really was just a tap, like, the insurance companies don't do anything about that.
Yeah.
So you might as well just go it. Like, truthfully, like, I have got, like, I've had 2 or 3 people like bump into me like that. Like, they were slow. They were like, it was just kind of like a rolling stop. And of course I'm like frustrated and annoyed, but like I get out of the car and there's like nothing on my car. So it's like but it sounds bad, and it like it obviously like moves you a little bit, but at the end of the day, like, you're not going to do anything about it. So might as well just stop and double check it.
I've never been in a car accident, knock on wood.
I got backed into in a parking lot, and the insurance claimed that it was both of our faults because I didn't honk at the girl backing into me.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was such bullshit. Like,
was your car even in drive?
No, I had my foot on the brake. Like, I was just in a parking lot. She was backing out of a spot, and I was just like waiting for her, and she just kept backing up and then just hit me.
I would have been in my car
so
like,
mad.
she's not gonna do it. She's not gonna do it.
I was like shocked. I'm like,
you'd
okay.
think they're looking.
Yeah. It was so dumb.
I've gotten rear-ended twice, and it was just like the worst thing, because it's just like such a pain in the ass. I'm just like, so look where you're going.
Seriously. Ugh, that sucks. Okay, let's find I was having sex with a married woman for 10 years, but the husband only thinks that she had a one-night stand.
That's like such a difference.
I mean, if it's broken off, I guess as the husband, I would rather just think it was a one-night stand than for 10 years.
That's like a whole ass relationship.
That's like, no, heck no.
You would rather, what would you do something different if you knew it was, I mean, obviously you would.
Break up with them.
Like 10 years but say for instance he was like fully done, like he was never going to do it again. Would you want to know?
But like you wouldn't know. That's a huge Like, I don't know.
I feel like it's like an ignorance is bliss.
Like, I guess.
I feel like I could get over a one night stand
As long as you would stay with them the same way, though, like, because I would maybe be able to get over a one night stand if we were married like 20-something years or something. Yeah. But like, if it was a 10-year relationship, then I would for sure leave them. So I would want to know the difference.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you guys think like physical cheating is worse or emotional cheating? Like, what would you rather forgive, or what would be worse to you?
Emotional cheating.
I agree. I think it's so interesting, the difference between boys and girls, because like,
yeah,
for boys it's the complete opposite. Like, they'd way rather you emotionally cheat than be having sex with somebody.
Yeah. This one would lead to an interesting conversation. My girlfriend revealed to me that she sometimes takes showers with her gay guy best friend while me and her are together, well, meaning in a relationship. And I'm wondering, should I give this a pass or not? We're in our 20s for reference.
This is so hard.
Isn't that weird?
I wouldn't even be showering with my best friends.
Okay. So, me either. I think that's weird too.
I would probably. I had my two like boy best friends in high school. One's gay and one's straight. And like, we'd have sleepovers all the time. Like, we'd constantly be hanging out, but we wouldn't. We would change in front of each other, the gay one, but not the straight one. Like, I would never shower. That would be so gross to shower with the straight one. But the one who is gay now has a girlfriend of like 2 years. So it's like, that's interesting because then looking back, like, he was so gay to me. Like, we do everything. Yeah. We kiss and stuff sometimes.
I wouldn't feel threatened by the gay friend if he truly is like very gay. Like, he's not looking at the guy's girlfriend in that way at all, you know. But the girlfriend is still,
I think that's just like crossing a boundary. No matter.
Do you think it's like an age thing? Because like in high school, like me and my girlfriends, like one of us would be showering while one of us was in the bathtub, or one of us would be on the toilet while one of us is taking a shower or something. But now I the thought of doing that with like a new friend or something would be so weird.
Yeah, that sounds so weird.
But maybe
I mean, there's definitely time on like vacations and stuff where like I guess you're kind of like all in the same room getting ready, and
I wouldn't be like in the shower though, so like open. Okay, switch so that you can do the water naked.
Yeah. But you know that scene in Firefly Lane where Tully is trying, no, not Tully. What's the other girl's name?
Kate.
Kate is trying to make a new friend. And she's like, look at this thing on my boob. And the girl's like, oh, that's weird. Like, that's kind of how I feel. Like, my friendships are very open. Like, we definitely change in front of each other and stuff. And it's not weird. It would be weird if I couldn't show you my boob.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think like there is like timing of it too. Like, if they, with that scene that you're talking about, like they did not really know each other. And, like, Kate was just trying to be like, you're my best friend, so I'm going to show you my tits. Like,
Okay, do you guys want to hear the disturbing one now?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready, but okay.
I don't have to read the whole thing, but it starts, I had a sexual relationship with my sister.
Jesus Christ. Wait, I feel like I maybe heard this on Two Hot Takes.
Oh, really?
You should read it.
Okay. So for context, we grew up pretty poor. Our mom was single. Our dad was out of the picture. We lived in a crappy mobile home where there are only 2 rooms, one for my mom and one for us. The room was so tiny. They both had to sleep in a twin bed together, the brother and sister. Which, if I was a mom, I would have my daughter sleep in my bed with me.
You.
I would not have my son but I
you
wouldn't.
Probably also wouldn't think that they would start fucking.
But in a twin bed, yeah.
I could be in a twin bed for years with my brother. I would never touch him.
I know. I'd be like, get away from me. You're disgusting. Anyways, one night when we were trying to sleep, I felt her butt rubbing up against me. You can probably see where this is going. One thing led to another, but they didn't do it. But they did end up dry humping that night.
Did it say how old they were when that happened?
No, it doesn't.
It's like, I wonder, like, were you 8 or were you 15? Like,
no, because he got a boner.
Boys began boners as newborns.
But I don't think they get them when they're like
aroused.
8. I don't know. I don't have a son, so I can tell you. But anyways, the next night they ended up having sex, losing their virginity to each other. And
Quick
they
turnaround.
did that for 2 to 3 years afterwards. We did it at night when they were supposed to be sleeping. We had a whole strategy figured out in case our mom would walk in, but that never happened. Then they finally moved into a nicer house and got their own rooms and stopped.
That's
outside of that, we still have a healthy, normal relationship. When we look back on it, we both get sick and cringe about how we were each other's first.
That's so... There must have been like something else going on like in the household.
Yeah, it seems like not a good home life situation.
No.
That is so crazy. No, the one that I heard on Two Hot Takes was about they didn't know that they were siblings and they were having sex, and then they found out and they kept doing it because they had been for years.
Oh my God.
They were like full siblings or half siblings?
Full, but like it was like one was adopted or something to where they didn't know. I don't know. It was like a weird situation. That's so gross.
Yeah, I do not.
It's like, really interesting to me that the girl initiated it almost. Like I thought it was gonna be the boy and like a taking advantage of situation almost.
Yeah.
Of like a teenage boy.
Also, I wonder which one's older. Like, I don't know. They didn't leave any details or anything.
What's their age difference?
I bet the girl's older.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I can't believe that they still have a healthy relationship.
No, they do not.
Yeah, I wonder if it's like they just don't talk about it. They just like ignore it.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about dating like step siblings dating each other? Like it always really weirded me out in Clueless. Like,
yeah, but also like
stepbrother.
I mean, it depends on. I feel like there's those situations where the like say they're in high school together, like the kids are in high school and then the parents get together.
Yeah.
After like they've already like maybe they had crushes on each other or something. Like I feel like you can't really fault that situation.
Yeah. Wasn't that a book?
Agreed.
Or maybe
I feel like that's probably a book. Like
that happened in like, Ugly Love.
Sneaking around. Oh.
Wait, don't tell me anything about Ugly Love. I haven't read it yet.
Sorry.
I'm like, I know I read that somewhere.
Yeah.
It's definitely like a not common, but it's like a, what is it called? Like a trope or whatever. Like
if you meet outside of the house, then I think it's less weird. If your initial relationship is with your mom and dad already dating and you meet in a family setting already like that, I think it's weird.
I can't do it. Yeah.
I'd be like, so I have a stepbrother. My parents, like if my parents started dating my boyfriend's parents.
But in that circumstance, it's like, yeah, it's weird and it's gonna look weird to the outside world, but it's not like
you can't
creepy.
Help but both of you like fell in love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird. What were you gonna say about your stepbrother?
I have a stepbrother and I could never like yeah,
same.
Whenever there's a small penis joke, I pretend to join in and laugh with my friends and family, but inside I'm embarrassed.
That's actually so sad.
That is sad.
I always think about boys, like, boys do have it really hard in a lot of ways. I feel like in a lot of ways where girls have it easier. Like,
yeah,
with your boobs and stuff, is like automatically people know I got little boobs. But like, boys have to be in their locker rooms, like, seeing each other's and making fun of each other's, and then it's like a surprise.
I also can't imagine like getting boners in public and not having any control of that.
Oh my god, that would be so stressful. And like sometimes it just happens for no reason. I'd be like,
it's just like a dead giveaway.
We also deal with so many worse things, so I feel like they can deal with like
we don't feel bad
for
the men,
things.
but
so many things. No, but I was just talking. It's Justin Baldini, actually, or what is his name?
I think Baldini is fine. I don't know.
Justin Baldini. He has a podcast where he talks about men and boys growing up and like how just this sense of masculinity that boys think that they need to have and like how it ends up causing them so much harm. And like I feel like that's why there's so many mass shootings and everything. It's like those boys can't talk about their feelings. Like they were saying, he was talking about like, oh, if me and my friends, like if I was getting molested at home or something, like I would never bring that up when you're hanging out with a group of your guy friends. Like you're playing video games, or like you're playing paintball, or you're going to play football, or you're like doing a different activity. When like growing up, girls' activities are all like formed around like girls' night out. Like we're all talking, we're all like sharing each other's feelings, and like it's always
we're
like
allowed to be emotional.
Open. Yeah, like boys don't do that. Like even when Cameron like talks to his friends, they're not really even talking about what's currently happening in their lives.
Yeah, I fully agree.
It's kind of sad.
It is sad. Okay, I have a couple of like short, silly ones. My girlfriend dyed her hair and I don't like it, and I can't bring myself to tell her. First of all, who cares if you don't like her hair? If she likes it, that's all that matters.
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say. If you like the hair, then you shut your mouth.
Exactly. I'm 32 and I still sometimes climb my stairs on all fours like I'm a tiger.
I used to drag my hair on the carpet because it just like felt so weird and interesting. Like I would just like flip my head
like your
down
head,
and, like,
or like the ends.
Yeah, like my head. It was such a weird.
Where your hair is?
Yeah,
on the stairs,
like staticky.
I don't know. It was a very weird feeling. Just a good feeling.
Triggered a memory.
It's like a hair rub, like a head massage.
That's so funny.
That is funny.
Memes.
Okay, should I just do one more?
Yeah.
Okay. This is short too. I watched a spider crawl into a person's neckline and didn't say anything.
Stop. No.
It was in an interview years ago. I saw the spider. I saw the spider first come from the back and scurried up the arm and right into the neckline. It was only about an inch big. They didn't feel it, and we finished the interview.
Only an inch? That's such a big spider.
That's like this. That's like
also,
big.
A neckline is the worst possible place.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being in an interview and being like, should I tell them that there's a spider?
They're not getting the job now that they didn't tell them there's a spider.
They said they didn't get the job anyways.
That's insane.
But they wish they told them because it would have been funny.
Yeah, and it might have helped them get the job. They'd be like, thanks for looking out for me and not ignoring the fact that you just saw a 1-inch spider climb down my shirt.
Seriously, that's big, an inch.
That is so big.
Like a small spider is like a centimeter. Like
no, since moving to Washington, like spiders are a thing here. Like I don't in Arizona. I mean, there's tarantulas, but you see those every once in a while. Like now there's spiders in my house that are like this big.
Ugh.
It's not fun.
I don't like that.
Are scorpions scary or scarier, or spiders scarier?
Scorpions.
Scorpions make my heart race every time I see one in my house.
I've seen my brother got stung once in his garage, and that's like the only time I've seen one.
My mom got stung in her bed.
Hell
no.
In the middle of the night.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no.
How?
What did she do?
I have no fucking clue.
I mean, die.
It's usually not like, it usually hurts really bad and it radiates up your whole limb, but it's not like you need to go. It's not an emergency. So she just suffered.
But it woke her up. Like the pain woke her up.
Oh.
Yeah. And then she found the scorpion.
What? Do they live in families? Like, so if there's one in your house?
Oh, sometimes. Yeah. But they used to always be in that house that my mom got stung at. We always had so many scorpions.
Was it like really in the desert?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't love that.
That is terrifying.
Yeah, I know.
Bed. Did it get her like foot? Like where?
Yeah,
on her
toe.
body?
It was her toe. I used to have nightmares when I was a kid of spiders being under my covers.
I used to like get worried that they like crawl into my ears and stuff.
Oh my God,
when I slept. That's what I don't like.
In your mouth.
I don't like that either.
Yeah, I'd get so scared. And they lay eggs.
Ew.
All right, well, anyways.
Ended it off on a good note?
Ending it off in a gross note. I'm gonna go check my sheets.
Yes. That's why you should wash your sheets once a week. You never know what's living in there.
There could be scorpions. Well,
Real
thank
gross.
you guys so much for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Make sure you rate us and leave us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Join our Facebook community so you can be in the know.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to do fun stuff on there. So you're going to want to be
and we're also posting like the things we talk about, like so all the books that we talked about, or
community chats.
Yeah. And you can listen to the episode and go share your thoughts.
Yes.
Okay, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.